I'd like to have a fish cam website where I can just have my fish cam on if I want. I suppose I run it from a server on my. I just don't really know how to do it. They're not performing today. They're just sitting around. I've got some of the little bottom feeders. I think they're called gropers. Or sand gropers. A couple of little ones. I don't know where they are though. They're not showing up. But I've got about 23 fish now. I think that's enough for that little tank. So I'm going to look around slowly for a bigger, much bigger one. This is good to get to learn how to look after them and everything. I'm not sure where the little gropers have got to. They might be hiding in the bottom under that log there or somewhere. I took out the big fake plant because it just takes up so much space. The fish don't get any room to swim, so I thought, well, they might like it a little bit more open. They seem a bit happier just floating around their space. Well, there's a little groper, is it? It's down there. Little sand groper. I can't seem to see him anywhere. He was going up the wall there before, up the side. Skimming up the side, but he's disappeared again. It looks a little bit murky because I've stirred up the water, but it should clean up with that little filter. This filter's pretty good. It doesn't have a cover, it just absorbs all the muck on it and then you wash it off. And they're pretty good, I think. Probably ideally you want one that sucks the water out of the tank, filters it and sucks it, pours it back in rather than just bubbling air in. But I guess there's always a chance you might suck up a little fish or something, so maybe this is better. Little striped neon ones, are they cute? Little blue lights on them. I can't see the gropers anywhere. They don't want to show. I'll see if they're around here. Oh, there's one. He's hiding on the rock there. They must like sitting up. He's not stuck, he's just sitting there. Where's the other one then? I bought two little gropers. He might be just sleeping, do you think? SpongeBob and Mr. Starfish Man. I don't know his name, Starfish Man. I haven't looked it up. It's probably got a name like Kenneth or something. Frederick. I don't know where he's got to. Starting to get a bit of dirt in there, aren't we? So all that dirt. It's from all leftover food. These gropers are supposed to go and eat it all that stuff, but some of it might be poop as well, I'm not sure. I can't seem to see the other one anywhere. These are friendly fish, they come right up to me. They even let me pat them when I put my finger in, they come up to my finger. Is that one there? That's one there, isn't it? Is that the other one? That's the other one there, it's hiding. They look a bit stressed, don't they? I wonder if he's stressed out. I wonder why they're up like that off the ground. Maybe he'll settle down once he's relaxed again. It might have been a bit of a shock coming to a new tank, or maybe there's just too much muck on the ground, they don't want to eat it. I don't know. Might be sleeping. I'll keep an eye on him anyway. There's my new little plant in there, and I've got these other two there. I took that fake plant out because it just, it was huge. It was taking up half the tank. So Hundreds of these little snails. Heaps of them. Everywhere, these little snails. A nice little arrangement, assortment of fish. The tetras are nice. They're only little, but you don't need big fish in little tanks. These ones here, I wouldn't get any fish bigger than them, you know. In a little tank like this, I think it's what, 70 litres or something. The next tank I get, I'm going to get a big one to fill that whole space from here. I'll get a different cabinet. This one's a bit flimsy. The drawer fell off, so I think if there was something heavy on there, it could actually slip sideways and bend and buckle. So I'm thinking a hardwood table of some sort there. And then having a nice one goes probably all the way up to where those fish are, maybe where the little intercom is, maybe that tall. I'm not sure how big that is, maybe 200 litres or something, or 300 litres. Yeah, I'll maybe get one made or something, or it's not much to them. They've got to be up. You've got to have metal, probably metal sides on them to hold the glass together, and then, you know, have it all sealed up. You don't want them leaking or it to smash and go everywhere. But I'd love a bigger one, just to fill that space, to make this into a room. Then I'm going to pull all this apart, make it all different. I'm going to put that on the wall, not have a table. I might just have might put that cabinet under there to put all my gear on. And I want to get a 5.1 surround sound and a cinema screen. I want to get a cinema screen that fills the wall. The telly's good, but it's not quite big enough. We'll probably actually with the fish tank there. Didn't think of that, but look, I wouldn't want the cinema screen to go up to where the intercom is anyway. So it will come up to the edge of these pictures here, right up to this, where the gap is between the fish and the room. There is the cinema screen will come down there, and then behind the fish tank, because the fish tank won't quite go to the wall, I'm going to get a red curtain on either side that I can draw across. I'm going to have the curtain across the screen. The telly will be affixed to the wall, and I'll have a screen that comes down in front of the telly to watch movies on, and then red curtains either side. That's what I want, a cinema room. I've wanted this forever, a cinema room. I don't know how I'm going to afford it, but I'm going to get a job somehow and then start pricing things. I'd love an automated cinema screen. And in that little gap over there, I'm going to put my projector. It should throw into that wall really well, I think. I want to get a new couch. Yeah, I'm going to have the screen about that big. So it'll be roughly twice as big as that one. That's 75, so the screen will end up 140 or something. So I've got to get a projector that will do 140. Roll down and curtains on either side. Oh, grouse. I'm going to have the projector screen come right down. Right down, excuse me. Right down low, probably to the top of the esky there. Just there. So the screen will come down to just there, and then so you get a nice tall wide image. Or as low as it needs to go to get a good image. You probably need a little bit, maybe a bit of a gap at the top, just so you're not looking right at the ceiling. Probably a little bit down, yeah, to get a wide image. And that way, when you do have movies that aren't that are square, well, not square, but 720 by 576, then that is 720p, That way you can make them a bit bigger by having a bit lower. You can sort of zoom them in a bit and make it sort of more square screen. I could even have it so I lower the screen down a bit and then zoom the image in and make it a bigger image. I don't use these cupboards here. So what I'm gonna do, I might see, I want to get like a couch that comes from that store, wraps around, comes all the way around to there, and doesn't have an arm at the end, and then have another one behind it into that other gap, and have that another couch, which is at the same level, so you can sit in there and then have an arm at the end there. Like those modular ones, I'm going to see if I can find something like that. When I have them, I'm talking maybe in a couple of years when I've saved up enough money, I'm just going to go stupid and do this room up. And I've got to find somewhere like if I have, actually, no, that'll work. I can put my table there and put on and make storage underneath. So I have a table and put storage under there where that cabinet is, then I'll move that cabinet across to the middle. I don't like that cabinet there, I like it in the middle. It's at about the right height, I think. I'll have the screen come down just to touch the top of the cabinet. So it's a little bit under that table, so not too bad, but I think that's the best way to go. Have me 5.1 speakers, I'll get rid of these ones, and that amp, look, I don't know, it's not ideal, but it'll last me another couple of years and maybe I can sell it. Yeah, and all that shit under there, that telly, look, I might just throw it out somewhere. I've hooked it up as a second screen, but look, I'll never need it. It's just really just, extra baggage. I'll get rid of these white tables. They're just camp ones. I'll pack them away, these two. I might get rid of these two tables. I don't really like them. And I'll get just a nice coffee table in the middle. A nice long one. Even maybe two, a bit like this, but that match up into one, that clip together. I might get one like that I can pull apart or keep together, maybe, just so they're easy to put away if I need to. And I'll get rid of all these big speakers and get some nice, good sounding ones, a 5.1 system of some sort. I don't know. I would love like a nice analog one, but it might be expensive to buy. Not sure, but yeah, I want a good system, not a bugged one, and nothing's got bugs or problems. I want it all working really well. I'm very happy with the telly. I think it's a good TV. The cords are everywhere, so I want to put everything in the cabinet and have it underneath the telly, and then just one cable running under the floor to the projector. Projector doesn't have to be fancy, just as long as it throws a good picture. It doesn't have to have all the apps and everything. All I want is just to throw whatever I'm playing on my computer or the Xbox or whatever onto the big screen to watch movies. The Xbox and the computer will run Apple and Windows and Microsoft movies, so that's enough really. That's all I want it for. Or DVDs, or I can put a DVD player in that one. No problem. So just one of those 8K Blu-ray ones, I think, the newest. But they usually play all the older formats. And yeah. Pretty happy with my garden. I might eventually make it a bit bigger, put a couple of pots out there, like the one I've got there, have a longer garden bed, and move my barbecue along a bit towards the middle, and the table out there could bring that in here for the tank. It might be a bit big though. But what I could do then, because a lot of people don't like eating outside, they like eating in here. What I could have is like we could sit around the table there with the tank on it and eat our dinner. Like usually there's only 2 or 3 of us, and just set some chairs around it, and have that as a dining table with the fish thing in the middle. That'll look cool, and that'd be interesting. Because it doesn't matter if the table comes out a bit; it can come out that way a little bit. Yeah, I might think about that. Actually, moving my dining table inside, and I might put that table outside for my decks. That table's better for my decks. It's not as wide. Yeah, that might work. Then I don't have to buy a new table. That hardwood table would easily hold a fish tank. It's bloody heavy. Like, it's pretty solid. Yeah. That table can go outside. I don't like it in here. It looks like an outside one. I'm going to put my bike in the lock-up downstairs, I think, get it off there, because I don't use it, but if it's downstairs, and I go downstairs, I can easily grab it out of the lock-up. I'll just get a good chain for it. I think the one I've got's probably good enough. I don't want to pinch, but, you know, like, I don't want to sit here worrying about it. Just want to know it's safe in the lock-up downstairs, and any other shit that's, you know, I'll put down in my wire cage, but I just heard people get stuff stolen, so I just put stuff that's not too valuable down there. Yeah, I like my stools. I like those 2 stools there. They're just good. I don't use the cupboard, so anything that's like permanently not needed, I can put away. I can put them in there, then lock the cupboards up and put the couch. Although if they're modular, I can easily slide the couch out if I ever need the cupboards, so I can slide the modular couches out. And I'd love some nicer couches. This one looks like it's had poop on it or something. It looks all brown and sort of stained. Yeah, it's pretty grody, see? See the brown sort of tinge to it, sort of gross. It's comfortable though, but it's got a brown tinge to it, which I don't like. Makes me feel a bit years of body sweat and anyway, so I can't wait to get a new couch. I love the idea of a nice leather one, but my sister won't like that. There's heaps of options these days. Just go to Harvey Norman or something. Take the measurements. I'd love a little fridge in that little spot there, a little bar fridge where that stall is, but it might be a bit overkill considering my fridge is just over there. Yeah, look, I like arranging stuff. I'm just not happy with a lounge room like this. I want you to walk in and go, wow, look at this, you know. And even I can keep my pictures on the wall up there, you know. I can just roll the... It won't look much different than that. I'll keep the pictures there, and the telly will be back on the wall, mounted, and then the screen will just roll down in front of the telly, the cinema screen, and then, yeah, you can just watch it on that. It'll probably be, 30 centimetres from the wall. But yeah, mounting a... I'd love a nice electric one that you can just click a button here, and the screen comes down to the right amount. But I heard they're bloody expensive. But look, if I save up the money and I get it installed, it will be worth it. And when I leave to my new house, I can just take it with me, so no big deal. I might be in a new house by the time I do it, So it doesn't matter either way to me, if I do it now or later, or Trigger's happy with whatever, so yeah. Drip system's working okay. I ran out of water though. It drained so quickly, like That's 2 or 3 days and it's already gone. It's not just dripping. So what I've done, I've turned the drips up a little bit because I think they weren't working properly. And so dripping a little bit quicker, but I've turned the rate right down. Don't have it running overnight now. I have it running only every hour for like 5 minutes each hour. So before I had it running 30 minutes each hour, so it was basically almost running all day. So it ran out so quickly. But now it's a bit better, I think. And my poor strawberries drowned. I don't know if they're going to survive. The whole pot filled up with water. I didn't think to make a hole in the bottom of the container underneath it, and the whole thing filled up. So I've got a hole in the bottom now in case they fill up. They won't drown. They'll drain out. But I've run out of. But you never know. Seeds until they sprout are pretty hardy. Like they might have needed that little soak just to soften them a bit to open. So they might help it. But they probably need a bit of sun now. They don't get much sun there, but it has had unseasonably hot weather. It's cooled down a bit today, but yeah, Trigger's onto it. What's your mate? He's having a ball. Staying over. Loves it here.